Here it is ready. There's a joining pin. It's going to be tight fit, has to be pressed in, because originally it was made quite easy. There you go. You see, this is 0.2 mm larger, the holes you will be making. This is drilled exactly 6 mm. That makes it quite tight to go through. You have to use a hammer or press it. I will be using the press on the next part. And that's about it. I made a special jig where I drilled the two 6 mm holes. And I do them with this jig. I have two bushes there. I use 6 mm drill and I make those two holes. And I use the same tool to make for the guide. It's exactly the same spacing, so I use the same tool to make the two holes for the guide. It looks perfect. Here is the 6 mm holes. They are nice and tight. Is the bearing. After I make these two holes, I got to make one 5 mm right across over here, and there I use a similar jig, but I use this where I can fit it in this way and lock it up. When the 5 mm hole is made, I use my counterbore drill to counterbore it 9 mm up to the depth, leaving me only 5 mm at the bottom for the thread. The rest 10 mm down, it's counterbored by 9 mm, and then I tap it to 6 mm, where I can use 6 mm cap screws, which I modify them. I turn down the head to 9 mm so the head can go inside nicely, and that will lock the track pins into position. That's my jig for drilling the hole on the top in the center. Lock it in. You can adjust it left, right, and center it back and forth with these screws. So let's try one. track pins are made from stainless steel, 6 mm in diameter, 130 mm long, where I cut a half round recess on both ends, so the head of the bolt will go there and lock the pins, so this will not move away. I use a special tool also that I make, and I make the recess. Oh, here it is. I use this special tool, but I do it on the lathe. And then that's it. Once you have all this, you're ready to assemble. I already started assembling some of the tracks. I have to put now the links over there and lock it up while I'm processing to put the rest of the tracks on. The tracks, I made them in modules. I pressed them in my handy press there that I have. Press the set like that, and to one like that, so I can join them up. It's very difficult to have a long track into the press and trying to press them. So from here on I have to do it by hand, which is not so bad. It's already a sub-assembly. You can see what you're doing. There is a track that I have to put over there, the other one. I use the hammer and I tap it slightly. Well, it's a little bit hard also sometimes. As you can see, the pins are going quite tight into the tracks, and that's good because that it's not going, it's a nice and tight after you finish that. Well, it's a little bit bad by knocking like that. You can rivet up the head of the pins, but in my case it's quite alright because it's stainless steel and it's quite hard, so I don't have such a problem to fit in the track links. So from there, just tighten the bolts in, lock it, and this section of about 700 is ready. I will make 4 of those sections like that, and then I join them all together. That will give me my 3 meters that I require for my tank.